Hi, happy Sunday. Yes, I'm going to be wearing these shirts for this video because I feel like you've not seen me use the podcast merchandise at all. And I don't think I'm even encouraging you to do so. So this is hashtag with Navguzichwanka for your insightful conversations. So what has been on my mind? I've been having a couple of, should I call them questions or I can't even say consultations because people have not been paying me for that. Oh God, I love laughing. I'm back. So people have been asking me to speak on imposter syndrome, especially in my journey of creativity. It's something that you don't just run away from, that I've said a lot. And when you face the fear of whatever you are scared of when it comes to chasing your purpose. My friend Lawrence Namale speaks a lot on purpose. And I feel like when you find that which you are supposed to do, whatever comes externally or internally, it's very important for you to focus your eyes on that, your purpose, and that which you are supposed to achieve. So I'm going to talk about imposter syndrome or the fear of whatever you are called to do from a biblical from a biblical perspective. And fast wait, ngoja tu. Coffee is my love language. I can't live without it. So I'm going to look at it from a biblical perspective. And I've been thinking about this. I don't know, is it last week? When I say last week, when does last week begin? Is it last week? So if Friday reaches, is it last week? Or do we first wait for Sunday? If it is, if it close, if last week starts on Friday, that means that either 2 weeks ago or a week ago, I was thinking about this. I can't really recall the specific day or week I thought about it. So here in Matthew chapter 26, verses 39 to 42, I'm going to read it verbatim so that you can understand where I'm coming from with this. Chapter 39. Going a little farther, he fell with his face to the ground and prayed, "My Father, if it is possible, may this cup be taken from me, yet not as I will, but as you will." Then he returned to his disciples and found them sleeping. "Could you not keep watch with me for 1 hour?" He asked Peter. "Watch and pray so that you will not fall into temptation. The spirit is willing, but the body is weak." Okay, I had not thought about that particular chapter. But that also makes sense. He went away. This is 42. Yes. He went away a second time and prayed, "My Father, if it is not possible for this cup to be taken away unless I drink it, may your will be done." So I'm now starting to look at this in a wider perspective. Initially, I was thinking about just Jesus in Gethsemane feeling overwhelmed by his call. And then there is something bigger that he brings out in the middle. I mean, when you look at most of the creatives, and I think it's a thing that many of them face. When you're breaking away from status quo, whether you like it or not, when you're creating something that has not been present, or is present, but you're going to do it a better way, or are still going to do the same thing, imposter syndrome is something that has to come through. There is no way you can lie to the world that you're not scared of anything. But what keeps you grounded, or what keeps you going, or what helps you to chase that which you are supposed to achieve is to go forward in the face of fear. So here in the Bible, we're looking at Jesus scared. He's crying to his father like, Dude, this thing that you sent me for is crazy. Please take me away from it. He wasn't laughing. It's just me laughing a lot. Wait. He wasn't laughing. He was really scared. And this happens to us. Us, yes. I've included myself. It happens to us who create stuff, who break away from status quo, who want to do better for society. It happens a lot. It's not easy to break through or create something that you want people to gain from sometimes. And seeing Jesus scared and him having people that are supposed to be supportive is powerful. It speaks about how it's very important for you to have a team, a community that backs you up or gasses you up like, yo, yo, yo. You know, I find it very important, and I don't take this for granted, that people review my podcast. In the face of fear, in the face of imposter syndrome, I'm going to say it here on camera. Let me put my shades off a bit so that you see honesty. In the face of this camera, I'm going to tell you that when you review me, when you gas me up about my podcast, it really gives me life. It pushes me. So looking at Jesus with his community, I mean, he is the Son of God, but he still needed people to watch, you know, and wait with him in the hours of his agony. Gethsemane, what is that mystery? The agony in the garden, you know? He was worried. He was scared of what he was supposed to be doing on the earth. And then talking about how, oh, this is going to be vain. When he said that, watch and pray so that you will not, oh, could you men not keep watch for me with an hour? I'm gonna ask you, really, especially the people that are complaining about how long my podcasts are. Surely, could you not keep watch with me for an hour? Can you not keep watch with me for 1 hour? There are people that talk about the length of the podcast. The length of the podcast is not the problem. We need to be asking ourselves why we are not willing to have moments of reflection. We have a whole week. How many hours are those? 24 times 7. Who knows math? Jesus, I don't know what to use, but those are very many hours for you to spare 1 hour for moments of reflection and see people's worlds and gauge where your life is at. It's not a lot. In a week, you need it. You need it. So why aren't you keeping watch with me for just 1 hour? That's not why we're here. We're here to talk about fear, but that was a very important point for me to highlight. And then he goes back and he prays to the Father, my Father, if it is not possible for this cup to be taken away unless I drink it, may your will be done. I've closed the Bible. So, if you are called to do something in the face of fear, all I'm going to ask you is to go for it. Fear can be crippling. Is there such thing as crippling? Creep. Whatever. Fear can be crippling. It can stop you from pursuing your dreams. It can stop you from even serving us. You know, we might need you in the area of your call, but when you give in to fear and you do not bring the goodness or your abilities to us, we are also left in a moment where we cannot tap into the goodness or the reason or purpose as to why you were created. Namale talks about, Coach Lawrence Namale talks about, I was going to say imposter syndrome, talks about purpose a lot. And I'm here to tell you, I don't know if it sounds like I'm re-echoing his work, but when you realize your purpose, That is the best area of your service. And even in the face of fear, I've already said this. I feel like I'm an echo of a couple of minutes ago. Just do what you're supposed to do, man. Just do what you're supposed to do. You have this thing in your head and you feel like you're called to do it. Just do it.